Hey, what is up? Matt from Surplus Trader Secrets. How you doing, my friends? And today I'm going to speak to you about why I think that the wholesale model is better than the retail model. So any of you guys that are involved in retail currently, either on eBay, Amazon, or Shopify, or your own website, there's a lot of reasons why retail isn't as effective as wholesale, and the actual wholesale model that I use and promote in my coaching programs is a model that is very less complicated and much more simple model than the retail model. You can actually make more profit quicker as well. So I'm going to go through the reasons why personally I think that, you know, the wholesale model is better than the retail model. And of course, what I teach in my coaching programs, guys, is actually how to jump from being a retailer to a wholesaler very quickly and easily, and without holding any inventory, without seeing any inventory, and without using any of your own money. And no, it's not drop shipping, guys. It's not that model whatsoever. So let's talk about retail. A big percentage of online retailers actually have costs. You know, one of the costs is actually buying inventory, or if you're in America, infantry. And so a lot of people buy actual stock. You know, they buy pallets of goods and then they actually bring them into a storage or warehouse, and then they start advertising these products online. So they've got the products listed on whether it's eBay or Amazon or your own website. Then you start selling these goods. Now, the only successful retailers, the only ones that are doing well and selling a lot of product, are the ones that are spending money on advertising. So if you're not actually promoting your, obviously forget about eBay and Amazon, that's their platform, it's not your own website. So let's talk about if it's your own website. If you're not actually putting money into advertising that website to acquire customers, and that's what these successful websites are doing. They are paying to acquire customers, for example through Facebook and Instagram advertising. So when they acquire a customer, they are also acquiring an email address of that customer. And so they start making money on the back of email marketing, because they're building up thousands of email addresses, customer email addresses, and, you know, offering them special deals. So if you've got your own website and you're not actually spending money on advertising, then you're probably not actually selling much at all. If you are on eBay or Amazon and you are not selling much, then that's probably because either you've got too much competition with that product that you're selling, or the price you're selling at is too high, which isn't specifically your fault because you need to get your profit margin. There's a lot of things that are tricky in the retailing side, and you know, you guys that are out there experiencing this will already know. I have already done this before. I've tried the drop shipping model, and it did not work for me, because the only way it worked was because I had to put a lot of money into advertising costs through Instagram and Facebook advertising. You know, after your advertising costs and your product costs and your monthly fees, the profit margin is just not big enough. There's a lot of reasons why I struggle to think that retail is better than the wholesale model. And so let me give you some reasons regarding the wholesale model, specifically the model that I teach. So the model that I teach is actually buying and selling a specific type of inventory, and that is companies' slow-moving excess clearance, that type of stock. The reason I'm involved in that type of business is because that type of merchandise can be bought at highly discounted prices, mainly prices that are less than China factory prices. So I'm buying in bulk and I'm paying way under China factory prices. Okay, that's my business model, because I'm buying up companies' pallets of inventory in their warehouse that they need to get rid of because it's slow moving, it's surplus, it's excess, it's, you know, they're liquidating that stock. So that's the first thing. I can buy merchandise, I can buy inventory in bulk at way under China factory prices. So, that's one advantage over retail, that I'm buying way under China factory prices. What I'm doing is I am actually selling that merchandise. I'm selling those pallets of inventory. I'm selling them straight on to a buyer. So I don't ever touch or see those pallets of inventory. That is the model that I use. Let's weigh up retail versus the wholesale model that I use. Okay, so if you're a retailer and you've got money tied up in stock, so that's one thing, you've got money tied up in stock. With my wholesale model, you have no money tied up in stock. 2, if you're a retailer, you have monthly storage costs. With my wholesale model, there is no storage costs whatsoever. You are never storing any merchandise. And this goes for both my coaching programs, whether you are a stock finder earning finder's fees, or whether you're an actual surplus stock trader buying and selling, buying and flipping pallets of surplus inventory. You will never store any inventory. And that's what I teach in my coaching programs. If you're a retailer, you have fees to pay. So whether you're on eBay or Amazon or Shopify or whatever, you will have monthly fees to pay out. And also, they take a fee on what you sell as well. So whatever you are selling, eBay or Amazon or Shopify, they take a percentage of the sales value. If you use the wholesale model, no one's taking a percentage. Okay, you get 100% of the profit, guys. Obviously, after transport costs, if you are having to transport the goods from A to B, which I explain in my program. You're in retail, you have got money tied up in inventory. Can you imagine if you actually purchased 1,000 units? This is the big reason why you should be wholesaling using my business model rather than the retail model. Imagine if you bought a product and you bought 1,000 units of that product. So you've got 1,000 units sat there in your warehouse, in your storage. They're now listed on your website or eBay or Amazon. So you're now selling this product, okay, however many you're selling a week. How long does that take? How long does that take to sell those 1,000 units? Over what period? Say, for example, it takes a few months. If it's 2 to 3 months to sell 1,000 units, it has to be a pretty good product to sell 1,000 units in 2 to 3 months. What you've got over those 2 to 3 months is, one, you've got your money tied up in that stock. You've got to keep selling those 1,000 units to release that money to buy some more stock with, and that's going to take time. 2, you're going to have storage costs over those few months. And 3, you're going to have those fees over those 3 months as well. So that profit you're making per unit, that is not real profit if you take into account the storage costs you've got and your fees, okay, and your own personal time dealing with customer service, actual, posting and packing the products. If you're doing that yourself, you might not be if you're using Amazon FBA. So let's look at the wholesale side. If I buy 1,000 units of a product, might be maybe 2 pallets, 3 pallets of stock, I am actually buying that and then flipping that straight on to a customer. I'm buying that and flipping it straight on. So I am actually buying it, I'm selling it straight on to a customer, and I'm getting paid straight away for those 1,000 units. I'm not paying any storage costs. There's no customer service or posting and packing as such. I'm not tying money up in those 1,000 units for several months. I am just buying it and flipping it. So basically what's happening is those 1,000 units that as a retailer you're sat on for several months. As a wholesaler, I am buying it and flipping that straight on and getting my money in. And I'm getting my profit straight away on 1,000 units. I'm moving those 1,000 units, I'm flipping that straight on. I've just bought and sold all that, and I've made my lump of profit. So what I teach is how to actually buy and flip in bulk and never have to touch it, never have to see it, and never have to use any of your own money, guys. So there is actually zero risk involved in this wholesale business model that I teach, buying and selling pallets or even truckloads of surplus inventory. So guys, if you want to have a look, if you want to deep dive further into this wholesale model, if you're a bit frustrated with the retail model that you use, if you can't get enough money out of the retail business online, and you are a little fish in a big sea of online retailers that is only going to be growing and growing more and more over the years. It's still early days for the internet, and look how many online retailers there are. The competition is ridiculous, and I don't care what people say that you can make good money on eBay or Amazon or Shopify. The competition is only going to grow and grow and grow. The fees are only going to get bigger and bigger. Your storage costs are only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So guys, if you want to jump in to this wholesale model, and let me tell you now, it might seem like it's more complicated than the retail model. Let me tell you, it's actually probably less complicated buying and flipping in bulk than actually having to organise your retail shop each day and deal with customer service and deal with packages lost or unhappy customers and storage costs. Buying in bulk, and then you find that you've got a slow moving product. You bought a load of this stock and it's not actually selling as well as you thought, and so you got money tied up in that stock, and that product starts becoming slow moving. All you're doing is basically you're working for that platform that you're selling on. You just end up working for that platform and the storage that you're storing at, okay? Because every month you've got a storage cost and you've got your platform fees that you're selling on. So you just end up working for someone else. If you want to get involved in buying and selling, let me tell you, the best way to do it is to buy in bulk and flip it on in bulk. And what I show in my coaching program is actually how to go and find deals in bulk, where to find these deals in bulk, and actually how to find buyers that want that deal that you found, okay? I show you how to piece all these pieces of jigsaw together. And once you know that system and the methods that I use in my business every day, you will be able to buy and sell in bulk, guys, okay? So if you want to deep dive further, click on the link above and have a look at the details on my training program. Let's see if we're a good fit for you and you're a good fit for us. Let's see if we can get you into my training program, guys, okay? And this is a great industry to be in. There's never been a better time to buy and flip pallets of surplus inventory in bulk. There's a lot of my students doing it already, making money, guys, and you'll see their testimonials on the sales page that you click through to. So guys, click on the link above and let's see if we can get you to jump from the retail game to the wholesale game, guys. And the wholesale game is the way forward. You never have to touch, see, or pay for any of that inventory. I will see you soon.